Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
This week has sucked.
The whole week?
Yeah, dude? Really?
I thought we had fun yesterday.
You know what? We did have fun yesterday, but, I've been dealing with a lot.
That's true.
Mom being in the hospital. Work sucking. Yesterday was
Cheers
fun,
to
though.
2025, then.
Yesterday was fun, though. Would you like
Getting to
to...
ride the Phantom 3 times in a row.
Yeah, so we went to Kennywood for their bites and pints. Honestly, we could have rode it more.
We could have rode it a 4th time, but my legs were not gonna survive that, and you were hungry.
I was hungry. I had saved room and not eaten until, well, for the bites and pints. I think we talked about it last year. This year, we couldn't do it.
So I think last year though, we bought everything individually.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't try everything. We just tried like one or two items from at most two from each booth.
Right.
Of what sounded the best.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we got the Bite and Pint Pass, which allows you to get it's $60, and since we have the season pass for Kennywood, we get 15, which is a really good deal because like each individual food item on its own is about
It was
$20
$7
or $10.
Yeah.
So once you get 6 items, you've paid for it. Because we got the pass, we were like, oh, we'll just do the full thing in a day, which is not the smart move.
Mm-mm.
Because we got sick about we were going to stay until 5:30 at the park. We made it to about 4:15 before we both thought, we got to go.
We have to go home.
We both felt sick from eating too much food. But the
We
food that
should
we
talk-
had was generally good.
Yeah, we should talk about what we had. Hold on, let me pull it up. So last year, South Korea kicked everybody's ass. This year, it did not do that.
I mean, I still think they have the best item so far, but we haven't tried Mexico, which I'm excited for, but...
Yeah, but they didn't kick as much ass as they did last year, you know?
That's true, but that bao bun is still good.
The bao bun was great, but they didn't have the pork belly.
They did have pork belly, but it was
Yeah,
in the ramen.
it was so tiny. It just... Last
little
year,
baby chunks of pork belly.
Yeah, last year it was his own thing.
It was a crispy pork belly.
Yeah, so we started off in South Korea, which was the chicken bao, which is crispy chicken, chili garlic barbecue, cucumber, and cilantro. I gave Frankie my cucumber.
I like a nice cucumber.
So that was delicious. That was probably the best that they had. We got the ramen, which is the tiny little pork bellies. Gochujang broth, which... The soy egg, which was delicious. Mushrooms and scallions. And then the yaki mandu, which was the kimchi chicken dumplings.
I really like that. I thought that was good. You didn't like the kimchi there.
Yeah, it was too bitter of a kimchi. Like, I like my kimchi sweeter.
I didn't think it was a bitter kimchi.
Well, this is where we differ. I also got alcohol at some places.
You got alcohol at 3 of the 4 places.
Yeah. So, I fell asleep.
Don't
as
tell
soon
me
as I
you
got
stabbed
home.
Frankie again.
I
was not physically assaulted.
I was very well behaved, I'd like to think.
You were, but I think that was mainly because you were sweating the alcohol out.
I was, definitely. So, I had at South Korea, I had the Lost Coast Tangerine Wheat Ale, which was very tangerine-y. Next up was Spain. Spain had the churro con chocolate. Delicious. They also had a frozen pina colada. Also delicious. Paella, shrimp, green lip mussels. It says mussels with an S, there was one mussel. Rice, saffron, and sofrito. Frankie, how was
that? The salt, the shrimp was oversalted. and the rice was bland.
So the other thing that we had in Spain was the patatas bravas, which was
You know
crispy
what?
Yukon gold potatoes,
That might be the best thing we had.
smoky salsa brava, and garlic aioli. Frankie, what did you do with the potatoes?
When Amanda was done with her portion of the potatoes, because we split all of the foods, I mixed the rest of the potatoes with the paella to give the rice some flavor, and it worked. It did taste better.
He was like, I think
Because
Spain would be upset with me. And I said, I think Spain would be upset that they had very bland rice. Then it was Poland. Now, we did Poland, Spain, and South Korea all in a row, which probably was a bad
not the
idea.
good choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not a great idea. So we did the kibasi slider, which was grilled kibasi, white barbecue, Swiss, and fried cabbage. And I think I stole a piece of cheese, and that was it.
Yeah, I ate about like half of it, and I couldn't finish it. It was all right. You couldn't really like. They said there was a white barbecue sauce. You couldn't really taste it, and then with everything else that was on there, so it was all right.
Then we had the Polish pancake, which I'm not even gonna try and pronounce.
Which was
But
delicious.
we each got our own because it was there last year and we didn't want to share with each other. Plus, their alcohol was they had a lager and a porter, none of which Amanda said sounded good. So, and then pierogies, which was they had sautéed onions, lardons, and sour cream on them. Delicious.
Good, except
Frankie
for
did
the sour cream.
one of them because
I didn't eat one of them because it was covered in sour cream.
he doesn't like
There were
sour
6
cream.
pierogies. There were 6 pierogies. We each had 3. I didn't eat one of mine. I gave it to Amanda, who ate it. It was
Sour
covered in
cream
sour
is
cream.
such a staple in Polish and Hungarian food, my guy.
All right, that's fine. They can enjoy it. I think sour cream is disgusting.
And then Cuba, which, Frankie, I came to a realization.
Yeah.
You scraped off some tomatoes, or what you assumed were tomatoes.
Yeah, they were tomatoes.
No, they weren't.
What were they?
It was olive tapenade.
Well, I scraped off tomatoes and the olive tapenade.
You scraped off mostly the olive tapenade.
And the tomatoes.
There was no tomatoes in that dish.
Amanda, there were red cubes on top of the dish.
I'm reading it right now. No tomatoes.
What's in the dish then?
Alright. The ropa's, oh god, Vija?
Viejas?
Yeah, whatever. Sofrito beef, black beans and rice, sweet plantains, and olive tapenade.
They put fucking something else on there then.
I'm just telling you what was there. You
Well,
scraped off
then...
a majority of the olive tapenade, which should be a crime, I think.
No, it shouldn't be. Olives are also disgusting.
Oh, you're so wrong. So he got that, and the tostones, Rianella, I don't know. The garlic shrimp, fried plantains, mango salsa, and mojito. That's the one you were talking about.
That was
right?
delicious. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And the mango
And
salsa,
I got the Cubano, which was smoked pork and ham on toasted bread with Swiss and mustard, which Frankie said, too much mustard. And I also got the frozen hurricane, which the pina colada and the frozen hurricane kicked my ass. There was so much alcohol in there. So yeah, and after Cuba, we were like, we need to go home. Frankie's like, do you want to ride anything? And I said, I don't think I can.
We went home and we realized we can use the passes that we bought through the whole festival.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go back next weekend and finish it, but we're gonna take our time.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're
start
not gonna
early.
eat a bunch in a row.
Yeah, we're gonna do one at a time. There's only 4 left. Those 4 would be Greece, Ireland, Mexico, and Italy.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't go to Greece first. Or at least this past weekend.
We were going in a circle.
Okay.
We were going in like the order that they're there, and
Okay.
Greece is by like the end that we didn't start at. So
Okay.
Greece
So
will probably be last because I think it's the first one. I think it'll go if we go in the order that we continue to be Mexico, Ireland, or no, Ireland,
no, it would be
Mexico,
Ireland, Mexico, Italy, Greece.
Italy, Greece.
We also watched we actually sat down and watched a show at Kennywood, which I don't think we've ever done since we started going to Kennywood together.
No,
We watched
because
that.
I
We had to
usually
watch
just
it
want
in
to
the
ride.
grass.
I usually just want to ride. I don't want to watch shows, but I want to just sit down from eating all that food.
Yeah, there's so much food. I don't know if I could have rode rides. So it was a Daredevil show. It was okay. It was good. They should have started.
I feel bad for the girl. So it was two guys and a girl. The first guy did the wheel of death, or not wheel of death, but like the wheel where it's like a metal circle that you can walk in and out of, and it spins up, and you walk on the inside of it, and then he walked on the outside of it as it's spinning.
Mhm.
And that was like a real danger act. And then he followed it up. He also should have done his act in a different order. He followed it
Yeah,
up by standing on top of 4 chairs,
only
which
4.
was way less dangerous than what he had just done. And then
Yeah.
the next act was the girl who did a rhythmic hula hooping thing.
To do a hula hoop dance on the ground first.
And then she did a dance on a hoop that was suspended, which was really good.
Yeah.
But it
But
lowered the intensity.
yeah, but after seeing the dude almost like die.
And then they did the sphere of death, where you have the people ride the motorcycles in the metal sphere upside down inside around the metal the sphere, and then they rode in there together, and then they rode in there as the woman stood in the center.
It was
That was it. That was
that
the
part.
whole show.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fine. Frankie, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about your great feat very early on in our trip.
I had 2 great feats yesterday. The most impressive I'll ever be in my life.
Yeah.
I won a claw machine first try.
Nice.
I got a little chicken, a stuffed chicken that says "Eat more beef."
His name's Egbert.
And then we passed by this game that had like the prizes were just like large fruits with faces.
And Frankie really didn't want to play it.
I did not, and Amanda really wanted a big lemon, and so I was like, "All right, I'll play it." Amanda peer pressured me into playing this game, so I got 5 balls because I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm getting on the first try." And what we have to do is bounce this wiffle. There's a red line. You can't. No part of your body can cross the red line at all. And then there's a board that you have to throw the wiffle ball onto the board. It has to bounce off of the board and land in this little square. And I did it on the first try.
It was amazing. Because then the lady was like, all right, you can't play anymore.
Yeah, you can only win 1 prize a day, I guess. Instead of the
So
big prizes. So Amanda had to play it, and she did not get a single one.
I did not, and I tried really hard.
That
Frankie and
game
me-
sounds like a man came up with it when he was drunk.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Frankie and me decided while we were talking on the Phantom, because that's what we did, was when we wrote it 3 times, we were just having normal conversations. How we think it is Jungkook, the photo card of Jungkook that is in Frankie's wallet that was giving him that competitive edge.
Yeah. It gave me the competitive edge to be better than I usually am at things.
Yeah. I also beat Frankie at Ghostwood Estates. I fucking crushed him.
Yeah, you did. You beat me at Ghostwood
You get
State.
very aggressive at Ghostwood Estates.
I do, and I normally don't win against Frankie because he also gets aggressive.
But you did beat me. You crushed me.
I crushed him.
Although,
The only other thing I think that was of note is it was very hot, and I was lied to. I was told it was going to be cloudy all day, and it was not. So we decided that we were going to ride the Raging Rapids. When I tell you that I did not get wet at all,
and I did.
Frankie did. Frankie got it all down his back.
I did not want to get wet, and I did, and Amanda wanted to get wet and did not.
Even passing under the little spritzer thing. Granted, the waterfall wasn't on, and I think the waterfall might have made a difference.
They do have
But
like the
even-
little water gun, and it like you passed right under the arc of it.
I know, I was so mad. Yeah, Kennywood was good.
You know what wasn't good? This fucking movie. Let's talk about this shit.
You know, I thought it was going to be way worse than it was. Can you agree with me on that one?
It
Like,
could have
I
been
was
worse, but it could have been a lot better.
There's a better version too, and there's Muppets
Yeah,
involved.
yeah. I'm watching this film and I'm just like, there's no Tim Curry, there's no Muppets. Why
Where's
am I
my
watching?
little
hot Jim
rat
Hawkins?
singing a song?
Yeah,
Where's the songs about cabin fever?
And I was very much missing the Treasure Planet side of this with the hot Jim Hawkins and the more fatherly bonding of Silver and Jim. That's what I was missing. But of course, Frankie will miss anything that has to do with the Muppets. Which, by the way, Frankie,
Love
did
the
you
Muppets.
hear?
I know. Disney has committed a terrible crime and a sin against humanity.
Wait, I'm not done. Yes, the Muppet 3D has been, it's closed. They did film a pro shot of it so that it will, we can watch it online or whatever. But they are retheming the Rock and Roller Coaster to the Muppets.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's still better than not having the Muppets
No,
at
it's
all.
not. Yeah, but I want Muppet Vision 3D. I watched that like 3 times when I went to Disney.
So did we. Because there was
Love
no line
Muppets.
for it, and it was air conditioned, and it was hilarious.
Love the Muppets.
The Penguins
that-
as the orchestra.
And that is the last thing that Jim Henson ever worked on involving the Muppets. So it's even more sad that it's gone now.
that feels so wrong that they took it away.
It does
Knowing
feel
it's
very
the
wrong.
last thing that Jim Henson did with the Muppets.
And they're replacing it with a Monsters Inc. world. Like, not to shit on Monsters Inc. I like Monsters Inc., but
It's a little old though. I mean, come on.
yeah.
Come on, guys. The Muppets have had a better movie than the Monsters Inc. have had in recent years.
I would agree with that. Monsters University was not great. Alright, so I really don't have a lot of notes on this movie,
That's fine.
so feel free to add your things. But first let's talk about this. So we did watch Treasure Island from 1950. It was produced by RKO Walt Disney British Productions. It is an adventure film, and it's adapted from Robert Louis Stevenson's 1883 novel of the same name. By Byron Haskin, it stars Bobby Driscoll as Jim Hawkins, which I don't think they know another kid. Like, I don't think Disney has met other children.
And I certainly wish they did, because what a rough performance from Bobby here.
Fair. And Robert Newton as Long John Silver. You know what? Good for Robert Newton.
He did good.
He was great. I also liked the guy who played Ben Gunn, which I'll get into. He's probably my favorite. The Treasure Island was Disney's first completely live-action film, and the first screen version of Treasure Island that was made in color. It was filmed in the United Kingdom, on location, at Denham Film Studios, Buckinghamshire. Newton's portrayal of Long John Silver has actually been really influential on the portrayal of pirates in pop culture, inspiring both Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Its production, so it was produced by RKO Walt Disney British Productions, a joint venture owned by Walt Disney Productions and RKO Radio Pictures. Disney had been planning an adaptation of Treasure Island, originally intended to be animated since the 1930s. Disney acquired the film rights to the novel from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, which had been planning on producing its own adaptation in 1949. Disney decided to film the production in the United Kingdom with financial assistance from RKO, so both could use frozen funds from ticket sales of their films released in Britain, which were required to be spent on film productions in the country. Filming was done between July 4th and November 11th, 1949. Exterior scenes were shot in Cornwall, Devon, Bristol, and Ivor Heath in Buckinghamshire. Interiors were filmed at Denham Film Studios in Denham, Buckinghamshire. The ship scenes were filmed aboard the Irelands, a real-life, schooner? SCHOONER. Thank you. From the 19th century. The casting of Bobby Driscoll, the film's only American actor, violated British labor laws, as he did not have a Ministry of Labor permit to work in the country, and additionally was 2 years younger than the minimum to obtain one.
Of course they violated labor laws to bring this kid to be bad in a film.
They couldn't have just went out and found another child on the streets.
That's what I was
British
thinking.
child.
A court in Beaconsfield fined Driscoll, his father, and Walt Disney Productions €100 each.
Why did Bobby get fined? That's a little shitty. Why'd the kid get in trouble? He took the job, but Disney hired him, and his dad is responsible for him. Don't fine the kid.
They prohibited Driscoll from further work on the film as well. Still, Disney completed Driscoll's scenes and sent him back to the United States while his case was under appeal. The appeals court ruled that Disney had brazenly flouted British law by doing it.
Disney just went into court and laughed in their face.
Basically. The reception. I'd like to say Bobby Driscoll, well, he's good for a kid his age. He's alright. He's better than probably what I could do. He didn't even
like
try
to think I was better.
He didn't even try an English accent.
I bet they told him not to. I think maybe they tried day one and they're like, nope, you're not. Sorry, Bobby. Hey, just speak.
Just talk. So the reviews from critics were mostly positive. Everybody really liked Newton's performance. The Monthly Film Bulletin was less positive, however, calling the production values serviceable rather than imaginative, and finding Driscoll to be unmistakably 20th century American in this context, and insufficiently an actor to have been much of a shot at Jim.
They're right, he wasn't good.
So, there is a sequel to this. In 1954, Newton reprised his role of Long John Silver in a non-Disney sequel, also directed by Haskins, called Long John Silver.
Do I know how I knew there was a sequel to this? I looked up other Treasure Island movies because I know Disney loves to make sequels.
Yeah.
And I was looking it up and I saw there was one, and I did so much research so fast to make sure that we didn't have to watch that fucking film, and the fact that we don't makes me so happy.
Yeah, because it's not done by Disney.
It's not a Disney film, so we don't have to see that shit again. Yeah. Though it was Robert Newton, he was the best part, so.
And he also went on to play Silver again in a television series, The Adventure of Long John Silver, made in 1954 to 1955.
It's about him founding a restaurant.
Yeah.
Fast food
Is
place.
it?
That was a joke.
I get
it was a joke about Long John Silver's, yeah.
I get it now. Shut up.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's talk about the cast before we get into this. So, Bobby Driscoll as Jim Hawkins. Robert Newton as Long John Silver. Basil Sidney as Captain Smollett. Walter Fitzgerald as Squire Trelawney. Dennis O'Day as Dr. Livesey? How did he pronounce it again?
Livesey. They keep saying Livesey.
Livesey. Whatever. Finlay Curry as Captain Billy Bones. Ralph Truman as George Merry. Jeffrey Keane as Israel Hands. Jeffrey Wilkinson as Ben Gunn. I love Ben. John Laurie as Blind Pew. Francis D. Wolfe as Black Dog. David Davies as Mr. Arrow. John Gregson as Red Ruth. Andrew Blackett as Gray. Ken Buckle as Joyce. William Devlin as Morgan.
He made the rum.
Captain Morgan, you think?
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Howard Douglas as Williams. Harry Locke as Haggett. Sam Kidd as Caddy. Stephen Jack as Job.
You don't have to name these people because no one knows who they are.
I'm gonna be I gotta be real honest, past Long John, I don't know who anyone was because this movie did a terrible job at introducing and naming characters.
I know who Israel was because he's the one that Jim kills.
Yeah. Harold Jameson as Scully. I'm almost done. I have 2 more left. Dermond Kelly as Boyland. And Patrick Troughton as Roach.
You know, you could have just made up all those names, and Hannah and I wouldn't be able to like
I think she
credibly
did.
accuse you of that.
I didn't want to, because you know what? These were all, they tried their best, whether Bobby Driscoll did or not.
I want to say Bobby did try his best. I don't think Bobby's good.
I think he's a better voice actor than he is a
Face actor?
Yeah. Because Peter Pan's dope. He does a great job in Peter Pan. He also has to hit puberty in Peter Pan. Because he doesn't sound like that. So let's talk about the plot. West coast of England, it's 1765, and there's a boy named Jim Hawkins who lives with his mom. I'm assuming his dad is already dead at this point. If you read the book, he dies in the book, but I'm assuming he's dead already. In Treasure Planet, he's just a deadbeat dad. So, some guy comes in, asks for some rum, gets rum, and then sees a chest that has WB written on it. And then, does he get spooked by that?
Hates the Animaniacs.
Yeah. Does he get spooked
he's
by
looking for him. So he
I
rushes
know.
to tell the person. He rushes to tell that blind man.
Oh, right. Pew. You're right. So, he goes in. Then we see that
Wait, but by the
old
way,
man.
he leaves. He runs out and just leaves the door open. All right, maybe you're in a hurry. Don't have to
Did
be
he
rude
also
like
not
that.
pay
That's
for
just
that rum?
disgusting. He didn't pay for the rum either. No.
He didn't pay for the. I don't
The
think he paid
second
for the
one.
rum.
He paid for the first one. He paid for the first one. And he didn't pay for the second one.
So an old man comes downstairs, and it is Captain William Bones or Billy Bones, a sickly
And he
lodger.
is walking and talking. He's walking and talking
Yeah.
like his blood is made of rum.
Yeah, and he's sick, and the doctor, I guess, that he was seeing told him not to drink rum. He goes for it, man.
Well, what we don't know, what we don't learn in this movie, Billy Bones, much like Popeye gets his strength from spinach, gets his strength from rum.
Okay. Then another pirate comes in, or no.
Yeah. Well,
No,
Jim
he
leaves.
doesn't come in. So Jim gets pissed at Billy Bones for drinking rum despite doctor's orders. So he goes to run to tattle on him to the doctor. Which, as soon as he runs out the door, he gets grabbed by Pew, the blind pirate named Pew, who says, "I'll break your arm if you don't lead me to Billy Bones." So he leads him to Billy Bones, and he gives Billy a note marked with the black spot. Which basically just means, you're fucked, we're coming to get you.
Well, that's what they imply there, and then later on it just means we voted you out of office.
Yeah. It means different things depending.
Later on it means you've lost the electoral process, actually. We've got to reorganize this.
I think Billy, ends up having a stroke of some kind, and before he, dies completely with, the last of his strength that he got from his rum, he gives the treasure map to Jim. Jim leaves the old guy that, is stroking out, probably dying, actually is dying, and goes to get the squire and doctor. He returns with Squire Trelawney and Dr. Livesley, only for them to basically say, well, he's dead.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna parse that out myself.
Yeah.
Well, there was a pirate attack, too.
Was there?
You missed the whole attack. They attacked the inn. Because they show
Not yet.
up. And they're like, yeah, they attack the inn because that's when they find Billy's dead. Because they attack the inn and they think the pirates killed him, and the doctor goes, no, he was dead already.
Oh. Yeah, I missed it, sorry.
Come on, that was the only exciting thing that happened in the first hour of this fucking movie.
Sorry,
exciting things happened in this movie?
Well, you could think it was exciting if you were, squinting at it, Hannah.
Jim shows Squire Trelawney the map, and he recognizes it as belonging to Captain Flint, a famous pirate, and decides, hey, we're gonna go on like a little expedition to discover this treasure. He says that Jim's gonna come with them as a cabin boy, and the doctor's like, I don't think his mom would be happy about this. Which leads me to believe that, one, he's the only reasonable person here, and two, he's fucking Jim's mom. So.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think Jim's mom exists.
Yeah.
We didn't
Like, we
see her.
can see her.
There are no women in this movie.
There are none.
Absolutely none. I didn't read a single female name. Trelawney hires Captain Smollett and his ship, the Hispaniola, bringing along Dr. Livesey as the doctor and Jim as the cabin boy. There's not much I have to say about them arriving to the port, except for Jim, I think, starts mocking a bunch of pirates. Before they depart, Trelawney and the doctor and Jim all go to eat at, I guess it's like an inn. I'm gonna call it an inn. And they meet a guy named Long John Silver. He is a one-legged innkeeper. He smooth talks Trelawney so well, and Trelawney is like, I like you. Do you think you could come up with a crew? So he hires the captain, but he didn't make the captain hire a crew.
Well,
That's just
he did.
confusing.
He did. No, the captain is hiring. Man, I paid more attention to this movie than anyone. Fuck. I feel awful now that I paid attention to this. The captain is hiring the crew, but he's like being super thorough about it, and the squire is pissed. He's like, I just want to go. So the captain's like trying to placate him and said, listen, you can hire the fucking ship's cook or whatever. Who cares? So he hired Long John Silver as the cook. He's already been the cook. Hired as the cook. That's why they're going there. He's like, I didn't even look at his papers or anything. I just tried his eggs, and they were great eggs. And then, while they're eating breakfast there, his squire's still complaining that they're not going to leave anytime soon. And Long John Silver's like, oh, I work for the British Navy, and I have a bunch of old shipmates that would love to join. And the squire's like, I'm hiring you all. And he goes, don't you have to clear that with the captain first? And he's like, I'm the captain's boss. And leaves.
Interesting. I mean, the point is, the man's an idiot.
He's stupid the entire movie, to be fair. He's never smart.
Silver agrees to gather a crew. And, I guess, like, he starts bonding a little bit with Jim. Too. Like, this is where they first start the bonding. Like, he talks about exciting things. And I think Jim's just taken with, like, the whole, being a sailor type thing. But is concerned about the crew, especially due to the fact that the nature of their journey is common knowledge. So, I guess everybody on board knows that they're looking for the treasure.
Even though it was supposed to be a secret, because the fucking squire just keeps blabbing it to everybody.
Exactly. So, Mr. Arrow is one of Captain Smollett's, like, right-hand man. Mr. Arrow tattles on one of the crew members who brought his own... He calls it his own cannon. It's just a gun.
It was a hand cannon back then.
Whatever. Silver is talking to the guy whose hand cannon got confiscated. And is like, I'm going to take care of Mr. Arrow. Mr. Arrow's my friend, and he says this in front of Jim, and Jim, being a dumbass, thinks that he's literally saying, oh, I am going to take care of him because I'm a nice person, and he is my friend, not like, I'm going to off him.
There's a moment also before this, when they take away the guns, and then the captain is like, also, if you have any blades on you, all of your blades must be, like, showing openly. And then one of the people who's, like, obviously one of the pirate crew members, after, like, they all, like, grumble about doing it and comply, he, like, says, I'm gonna take this blade, and he points to his, like, thigh, or his calf, and then Long John Silver just fucking, like, grabs this guy's pant leg, pulls it up, takes the blade out, and goes, oh, this would be a great blade for cutting a gull open, and throws it at a seagull that just happens to be flying by.
It doesn't hit it.
No, he doesn't hit it, but like, what a dick thing to do. To the seagull and to that guy. That looked like a nice blade. You just fucking got rid of it.
Yeah.
He's
So-
one of. Spoiler alert, he's one of Long John's pirate crew members. He just fucking threw his blade into the ocean.
Yeah, I know. So, wanting to get rid of Mr. Arrow, Silver convinces Jim to get some rum, which he uses to get first mate Mr. Arrow drunk, making him like a plum pudding type thing. It's like just soaked in rum. And once he puts the bottle in front of him, Mr. Arrow just like fucking
Chug, chug, chug,
Yeah.
chug.
yeah. Mr. Arrow is so drunk that when a storm hits, he is washed overboard.
Bye, Mr. Arrow.
R.I.P.
I did not know who you were.
Yeah, he
I didn't know his name.
the body was never recovered.
Oh, well, it went into the ocean, so like, yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
During a storm? Yeah, no. Yeah.
Later on, Jim getting an apple. It's such a big barrel that he has to go into the barrel.
Well,
gets an
time
apple and
has passed. A bunch of time has passed.
Yeah, whatever. As he's getting the apple from like the bottom of the barrel, he sits in the barrel with his feet touching the rest of the apple. Weirdo.
He's claiming the apples as his own.
He overhears Silver and the crew planning a mutiny, discovering that the crew that Silver hired is Captain Flint's old crew. Which,
This
if
is
they were his old crew, why didn't they go? Oh, because they didn't have the map. I get it.
This is where I realized, like, I feel bad for Bobby Driscoll.
Why?
He is quite obviously the weakest actor of all of them here.
Uh-huh.
Like, of all the main cast. And they keep putting him, like, in scenes with all of these good actors, and it's not making him look any better. And he's in so many scenes because he's the main character. And it's just like, guys, you're putting this kid up to fail.
Well, I think we talked about this before. Bobby Driscoll does kill himself.
All right, well, I don't think this movie is why, but like,
No, I think it's because like most child actors, his parents like fucking took all of his money.
did they? Is that real?
Yeah, I think that was a thing. Hold on. Let me.
I can look this up. You can keep
Yeah,
talking
you
about this.
look it up. You look it up. But I know he also got into narcotics, which that's not his fault either, because that's how they got Judy Garland.
They just gave actors fucking drugs on set.
Yeah.
So.
But Frankie will do that research. So, mutiny. Jim then goes and tattles to Captain Smollett, which, you know what? Fair reason to tattle if, you know, you're gonna be murdered. And Smollett basically asks Jim to stay friends with Silver so that he can learn more about what he's planning. Right after they say this, they reach land. Or they're, land ho, whatever. Upon reaching Treasure Island, Silver offers to tow the ship to a safer anchorage, using the ship's rowboats. Jim volunteers to go with Silver, just so they can, he can keep an eye on him. While the ship is being towed, one of Silver's men, Mary, leads the mutiny on a ship. But Smollett, since he was warned about this, holds them off with a few loyal men and imprisons the mutineers below deck. Silver cuts the rowboats from the Hispaniola and heads to the shore with the rest of his men, taking Jim as a hostage, basically saying, give me the map or else the kid dies. And to be fair, if this were me, one person versus the lives of the rest of my good men, the kid's dying. I'm sorry. Am I a dick for that?
Yes.
Really? Really? Hannah, back me up
Can't
here.
let the kid die.
Hannah.
All they want is the map. I'd be like, I'll give you the map. But you have to, like, take us back with you. No killing.
They're pirates. They're not
Alright,
gonna do that.
So
You gotta barter better.
I've found stuff about Bobby Driscoll. Here we go.
Alright.
I found no evidence that his parents took his money.
Alright, well, maybe I'm thinking
Disney got rid of him
oh,
because he had, so Peter Pan came out
right.
and they extended his 2-year option on his contract to keep him there until 1956. But then they canceled it just weeks after Peter Pan was released because he had a severe case of acne and was starting to go through puberty. And so
Oh.
they had to use heavy makeup on him. So he got fired for going through puberty and having acne,
Oh my god.
basically. So his parents, while all this was happening, he was like doing other roles and stuff until 1957 and all that. After he left the Disney Studios, he had been going to the Hollywood Professional School, which was a school that was specifically for child actors.
Yes.
After he left, after Disney fired him, his parents withdrew him from the school
Oh.
and enrolled him in public school, which is
Why?
apparently where the problem started. He got bullied a lot because of him being an actor, and that's where he started to do drugs. But that he did go back to the Hollywood Professional School, but like at that point it was too late. He said he was using heroin.
Oh.
He got arrested for marijuana. He became a drug addict. He got charged with disturbing the peace and assault with a deadly weapon in the late 50s. In 61, he was sentenced as a drug addict and imprisoned in a rehab center in Chino, California. And then he was found dead in a abandoned lot or in a deserted tenement with 2 empty beer bottles, and he had heart failure from his drug use.
Oh.
So he didn't kill himself either. He died because of his drug use, and no one knew who he was.
Oh my god.
So he was buried in an unmarked pauper's grave.
Did they eventually like fix that?
They found him. So what happened then? And so he died in 1968. In 1969, his mom went to Disney and was like, "Hey, can you try and contact him? We want to like reunite with his father, who was on his deathbed." And when they did this, it resulted in a fingerprint match at the NYPD, who located his burial site.
This is so sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. So Bobby Driscoll did not kill himself, and I can't find anything that his parents took his money, but he lived a hard life after Disney fired him.
All because he had acne.
Yeah.
Oh man. What the fuck, Disney?
Anyway, back to this movie.
I don't know where I was. I'm so depressed now.
They've sailed off on the ship, and then
We are at Treasure Island.
Right.
They sailed off on the little ship, yeah.
Yeah, the mutineers, they had the mutiny.
And
rowboats.
the mutiny scene
They're
was
holding
funny.
Jim hostage. I get it.
The mutiny scene was very funny because one guy got shot in like the chest or stomach area and covered his eyes.
He
That's
doesn't
what you
like the
noticed?
sight of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're holding Jim hostage. So Smollett, Trelawney, and Livesley go ashore after them, leaving 2 guards on the ship. Bad move, guys. While they're rowing to Treasure Island, they're in a point where you could basically just get out of the boat at this point. Like, it's up to your knees or whatever. Jim escapes and meets the marooned Ben Gunn. He's been marooned on this island for about 5 years.
The best character in the movie.
He really is. I love him. He talks in a third person.
Like, one of the first things he asks is if Jim has any cheese on the boat.
Yeah. He's like, I've been dreaming about cheese, and I'm like, me too, my guy.
Not only does he talk in the third person, he talks for the other person as well in the conversation.
Oh yeah, he does. He says you. Yeah, he's great. Ben is he's a little hesitant about Jim for a second. But they end up teaming up. Ben shows Jim the boat that he built, which it's a good boat. It's an awesome boat. For hand building it, great. And he leads them to Flint Stockade, where he meets up with Smollett and the others. Because Ben was just like, I know where they'd go. Ben did know where they would go. Meanwhile, Mary escapes the prison that's in the ship and takes the ship. I mean, he escapes.
He does. It's because they just left an unlocked door unguarded.
Right. So he takes the ship and he raises the Jolly Roger. So Silver returns to the Hispaniola, arms his men with muskets, and then makes a plan to take the stockade. And Silver is short of men. Silver tries to parley with Smollett. But Smollett was like, no. Fuck you. So Silver calls his men to attack. But it fails. However, Silver does end up wounding Captain Smollett.
I can't
This also
take
is
the name of Smollett seriously.
Is it
This is also
because
the most gruesome part of
Is
the
it?
movie.
You think?
We see a guy at one point just with a sword sticking straight out of his chest.
And
thought
then
it
he
was funny.
disappears the next time they go to that shot.
That is true. That is true. He does vanish.
You probably had a lot of fun. You think? I know if I had like a piece of sword sticking out of me, like a prop sword, I'd be going around being like, "Hey guys, check this out!"
Well, I don't think it's actually attached to him. I think he was told, hold this to your chest and pretend to be
Yeah,
dead.
definitely. There's also a part where like this guy gets into the stockade like house and is chasing Jim around,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor comes in and just like bops him on the head. Not even with the blade. He just hits him with his fist. And this guy lets out a scream like he's been stabbed 20 times.
When Smollett has been wounded, he basically says that, "Hey, I know that we have the stockade, but ideally, in the morning, Silver could move the ship into cannon range and just fucking wipe us out." Which, a little dark. Takes Ben's boat and cuts the anchor rope to the ship. Now the pirate Israel Hands, the one that Frankie knows, discovers Jim and chases him up to the ship's rigging.
This is a
Hands,
very funny scene. It felt
yeah,
like a physical comedy scene.
it was quite amusing. Hands injures Jim's arm with a throwing knife, but Jim does fucking kill him. Frankie,
He
would you like
shoots
to
him in the
describe
head.
this scene? Because you seem to really pay attention to it more than I did.
Israel Hand is chasing after him for the map. He realizes Jim has the map. Jim, in a scene that is devoid of all tension. I think it's supposed to be a tense scene, but there's none. No tension. He chases him around the ship, and Jim climbs up to like one of the riggings on the platforms on the top of the one of the posts, and Israel climbs up after him, and he's like, "All right, just give me the map." Jim pulls out a gun that Long John Silver had given him like at the beginning when they first met, and he's like threatening to shoot Israel, and he's like, "You're not gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the map." And Jim's like, "No, I'm gonna shoot you." So Israel takes a knife out and throws it. hits Jim in the shoulder, and this causes Jim to fire the gun, shooting Israel in the head, and Israel falls into the ocean dead. Jim has killed somebody. He's going to be haunted for the rest of his life.
The ship ends up running aground, and Jim takes Jolly Roger and instead removes it and puts the Union Jack up. Even though nobody else is on it. He tries to return back to the stockade, but he is injured, and his injury does become infected. So it takes him the whole night to get back to the stockade, which is left unguarded. When Jim gets inside the stockade, he starts to look for the doctor, and finds him based on his coat. But the person inside the coat is Long John Silver. Why don't you look for a face instead of a coat? Jim faints, and Silver takes the map that is on Jim right before his men wake up because the parrot that he has woke them up. Mary wants to kill Jim, but Silver states that he wants to trade Jim for the map, leading his men to believe that the map is with Captain Smollett instead of with him right now, because he wants to save Jim because he has an affinity for him now, I guess. The crew, Silver's crew goes outside to vote pirate style, which is where we see that black dot.
I thought, oh, they're going to kill Long John Silver, and then they're just like, no, you've been voted out.
Yeah.
You are off the island.
While they're voting, Silver sees the ships aground and calls for the doctor. He also sees that the ship is flying the Union Jack and believes that Captain Smollett has recaptured the ship. Once he steps down from his little lookout in the stockade, he finds that the other pirates are giving him the black spot. But he basically is just like, nah, you're not. I'm not gonna acknowledge this. Nah. So they don't really do anything, and they still let him barter with the doctor, who has come to treat Jim's wound. This bartering is actually Silver saying, hey, I no longer have control over these men. If I help you out, and I keep Jim alive, can you give me some leniency whenever we go to court? The doctor at first is like, nah, but agrees when Jim refuses to try and escape with the doctor because Silver saved his life. Cool, you saved my life and everything. You also were the one who put my life in danger in the first place. So we're even then.
Yeah, we're gonna be unpacking this in therapy for years to come.
Yeah. So the doctor leaves, and Silver returns with Jim, and he flaunts the map to his men to try and, like, tell that his bargain was successful. And, they believe him, because they're stupid. And they take back the black spot. They then go hunt for the treasure. So when they finally reach the spot, the little crate treasure chest thingy is empty. So Silver tells them to dig, and he gets some guns ready because he's like, this is not going to end well. So they all are digging, and they only find 1 guinea, even though there's supposed to be 700,000 pounds there. The pirates turn on Silver, and he manages to kill 3 of them before Smollett and his men appear and defeat the rest. So all those guys dead. Ben shows up.
This must have been when I was doing laundry, because I don't remember this.
Yeah. Ben shows up and fucking taunts Silver. Being like, he dug up, like, the treasure and stashed it in his cave. Which, you know what? Silver was the one who marooned Ben on that island. I think he deserves to flaunt. Despite, everything, Captain Smollett still wants to take Silver back for a fair trial in England because of his mutiny. So Jim, Squire Trelawney, and 2 others take Silver back to the Hispaniola aboard a rowboat loaded with a few chests of treasure. Not all of it, just a few. Silver takes Jim's pistol and forces Trelawney and the others out of the boat, but makes Jim stay to steer him out of the cove. Jim instead beaches him on the shore, and when Silver orders him to push off of the shore, Jim was like, nah, and he just stands there. Silver threatens to shoot him. Doesn't happen. He can't do it. He can't shoot Jim, and he drops the pistol in the water, trying to push the boat off on his own because he can't kill a kid. When Jim sees that Silver is struggling, he helps them before waving a small little farewell to Silver. And that's how the movie ends.
Jim needs to fucking stop helping this goddamn pirate out.
I know. He just wants a father figure, which, that's fine and dandy. Make it the doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor
the
didn't
doctor
give
is
him a
good.
gun.
That's true. You're right, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't also show him a parrot.
Right.
Named Captain Flint that swears.
Oh, I forgot to say that Silver tries to give the parrot to Jim. And Jim's like, no.
I would have taken the fucking parrot.
The parrot's name is also Captain Flint.
I think the
Why didn't I
parrot
take
was
the
one of the
parrot?
best parts of the film.
He
He's
didn't take
barely
the
in it.
parrot because he thought it was going to
Sorry,
remind
she's
him
barely
of
in it.
Silver. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Boo-hoo.
Treasure Island.
Oh, that movie was so... It needed Muppets.
It needed Tim Curry.
Or it needed to be in space with a hot Jim Hawkins.
Nah, just Muppets. To be fair, though,
Mm-hmm.
almost any movie would be improved by the presence of Muppets. They could Muppify every movie. Why is Disney not doing this?
I don't know.
Because they want to do live
Muppets,
action
no.
instead.
Yeah, the Muppets are live action. What are they talking about? They're more live action than the Lions and the Lion King. Muppet Lion King.
Shut up.
It's just the Muppets dressed up like lions and other animals.
One of my favorite things is the Muppet Haunted Mansion, where it makes fun of the Haunted Mansion with the Muppets.
It's so good.
It's fantastic. The only thing it needs is more Rizzo the Rat. He's my favorite Muppet. Him and Bean Bunny.
I've never known anyone whose favorite Muppet is Bean Bunny.
Really?
Yeah, because Bean Bunny doesn't do anything.
I love him so much. He's the star in Muppet 3D.
I think Kermit's the star.
I also really like the penguins too. Frankie, give me the rating. Start from the bottom.
I'm not giving you all of them. We have too many.
Start from the bottom.
All right. Well, it's better than Song of the South, right?
Right.
All right. Victory through air power.
I think it's better because I wasn't bored. I mean, I was bored, but I wasn't that bored.
The Reluctant Dragon.
I would say so. Wouldn't you?
I would agree.
I
Yeah.
think this is better than the majority of the anthologies as well.
What's after that one?
Fantasia.
Yeah.
Make Mine Music.
No.
You saying it's worse than Make Mine Music?
I think it is. Do you guys
So
not?
that means you think... I mean, I would put this above So Dear to My Heart, but that's because I really hated So Dear to My Heart. But yeah, Make Mine Music, I guess. It's your list.
Where's So Dear to My Heart? Is it above Make Mine Music?
Yeah, it's number 11.
Okay. I don't know.
That's the highest I would put Treasure Island, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think Long John Silver's actor bumps this film up a decent
I would agree with
chunk.
that.
He's so good.
I would agree with that. All right, put it above So Dear to My Heart.
Oh yeah, Treasure Island is number 11. No change in the top 10.
Next up
where's
in the huh? Oh, sorry.
next up
Right.
is protagonist.
Right.
So where's Jim Hawkins go as the protagonist?
Who's at the bottom of our
Mr.
protagonist?
Benchley from The Reluctant Dragon.
He's a little bit better than Mr. Benchley, but not by much. Who's above
Right.
Mr.
Is he
Benchley?
Snow White?
Yeah, Snow White's way better.
All right.
Put Bobby
The tr-
Driscoll in parentheses.
I'm putting.
After
I
Jim.
just put I just put Jim Hawkins 1950.
Okay, that works too. Because we have a few.
We have 2 more Jim Hawkins to get to.
Yeah,
we do.
we can't be confusing them.
The same with the next part, the villain.
He's
Long
more
John Silver.
complex. Who are our villains?
So our bottom one is the Benchley family
Okay.
from Reluctant Dragon. Then number 5 is the bitch elephants from Dumbo.
Oh God, that's what we put.
Yeah. Number 4 is the coachman from Pinocchio. Number 3 is Man from Bambi. Number 2 is the Queen from Snow White, and number 1 is Lady Tremaine.
So, here's the thing. I think we might need to make a new category for Silver because he's not that much of a villain. Like, he's a bad guy, but he has like a redemption arc.
Should
Like,
we put morally gray villain ranking?
Yeah, can we please put a morally gray villain ranking? Because honestly, I hate the bitchy elephants. But I don't hate Silver, but I think Silver is more of a complex character. It makes it harder.
All right. He'll be the first morally gray villain.
Thank you.
Long John
We're gonna
Silver.
need that when we get to Maleficent, so.
1950. What do you mean? Regular Maleficent is just a villain.
No, I meant
I mean
the
Angelina Jolie.
yeah, the movie Maleficent.
She's the protagonist of that film. She's the
Yeah,
hero.
she's not the villain of that film.
The villain of that film is the king.
She's the
She's
anti-hero.
the hero.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, what's next?
There's nothing else. Unless you had a good cry at a heartbreaking moment that I didn't remember.
No, I didn't, and there's no song,
There's no sidekicks.
no sidekick.
Can we
Oh,
put
the
the
parrot could
parrot?
be a sidekick.
The parrot is not a sidekick. He doesn't do anything. She's
Parrot,
just there.
Parrot.
Yeah, put
She's
the parrot
not a
down, Frankie.
sidekick. Where am I putting her?
Oh
She better
wait,
be
Frankie's
dead
right.
fucking last.
It's not the sidekick to Jim who is the protagonist. Frankie's correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll be happy to know that the next one in our Disney anthology is back to animation.
Yeah.
It is
Let's go.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Fantastic fucking
Alice
movie.
in Wonderland.
You hate it?
I am not a fan of the original book. I am not a fan of any adaptation of it.
Oh wow.
I like to remove Hannah from this podcast.
Lewis Carroll, look out.
I do not like Lewis Carroll.
You don't have to like him. The animation in fucking Alice in Wonderland is gorgeous.
Okay, yeah, I can say that the animation is beautiful. I think the animators did a great job. I don't fucking like Alice in Wonderland though.
To be fair, that's how I felt about a lot of the anthology films, Amanda. The animation was beautiful, but the movies were bad.
Yeah, but do you think Alice in Wonderland is a bad movie?
I could not say. It's been too many years since I've watched Alice in Wonderland.
Jesus Christ, Franklin.
I will say, it's not one I regularly go back to, so.
Oh, it's one I go back
Or
to.
ever think about going back to.
Anyway, that's next. And we have the story of Robin Hood, which is, no, it's not the Robin Hood with the fox, the hot, sexy fox that made everybody question whether they were a furry or not. It's a live action one, I believe. And then we get to Petition. Huh?
It's a live action Robin Hood.
I think so. Let me double check.
I know
This
no,
better
I know
be
it is.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
it's not. It's gonna be just the same level of this, but they're better. There should be a woman in that movie because Maid
There
Marian's
is.
an important part.
Joan
Imagine they
Rice is
do
in
that
that.
story without her.
And you'll be happy to know that Bobby Driscoll is not in that movie.
Well, there's no
He's
kids in
not
that
in
movie.
Alice in Wonderland either.
Richard Todd is Robin Hood. I'm
You
trying
say
to
that like
look.
I know who that is.
He received an Academy Award for Best Actor.
For what film?
That's what I'm looking at. Dun, 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 dun. What did you win? What did I say his name was again?
This is amazing.
Todd,
Richard
Robert?
Todd. Okay,
Robert Todd?
Richard Todd. Gotcha. Richard. The Hasty Heart. Oh no, he was only nominated. He didn't win. Wait, no, he might have won. Richard Todd. I'm looking at. Frankie, you can wrap up while I find things.
All right. Well, next week it's me.
Yeah, what are we
What we
doing?
doing?
Well, we're not doing wrestling because we have to save that, as Hannah talked about last time on my last
Nope,
wrestling episode.
he was only nominated, so this Wikipedia page lied to me.
All right. Well,
We're not in WCW land.
no, for one night only. We're going. Well, not one night only, but we're going back to history. I'm transporting you yet again to the past,
Oh no.
to 1942, the height of the Second World War. But we're not talking about the Second World War
What are we
because that's
talking
boring.
about?
A lot of people talk about the Second World War. We did that already. Talked about Operation Mincemeat.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're talking about the Phantom Barber of Pascagoula.
I am excited.
Do you know about the Phantom Barber?
No,
Yeah, he's a
but I like
criminal.
the words Phantom Barber together.
We're
So
talking
he's
about
a
the
creep.
Phantom Barber of
So he's a
Pascagoula
creep.
in Mississippi, in 1942 Mississippi. We're going to talk about the Phantom Barber.
So we're going to talk a freak of history.
Yeah, we're talking about a freak of history, the Phantom Barber. And see, maybe a little mystery too. See if we can identify who the Phantom Barber is. There are suspects.
I will accuse someone based only on vibes.
That's fair. That feels
Was
like
Sweeney
you
Todd
as a
based on this as well?
investigator. I don't think Sweeney Todd was based on this. He didn't eat anybody. He just cut their hair.
That's fair. Sweeney Todd didn't eat. He did kind of eat people. He ate the pies, knowing that.
And this guy did not kill anyone. There's no murder involved. Some hair cutting.
Yeah, but it's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy.
I didn't say it wasn't creepy. He
If
didn't
somebody
kill
came
anyone.
around cutting hair off of me, I think I'd kill them.
But they didn't know. They woke up and their hair was gone. He's a phantom.
Alright.
All right. That's next week. This week is over in the books, so let's wrap up. As of recording, we're on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you know when each episode is uploaded. If you are listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show, leave a rating and a review. And get to the question, Long John Silver, more hero or villain? There we go. I think that's a good one.
That's it. You know what? That's a great one, Franklin.
No matter what us, though, remember to share the show with your friends, with your family, with anyone you think might enjoy any of the topics that we regularly discuss. If you would like to send us an email with some ideas for episodes, with a comment you have about the show, with anything you'd like to tell us, or with any questions you would like us to answer, you can send us an email over to
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled HEAR.
if you would like to see some great artwork done by Hannah, those things that we discuss on the show, you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod.
I think that's all of the business taken care of. Join us next week as we talk about a phantom barber. And that's it. So goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm I don't know. I think I'm gonna go. What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might
Go to
just
bed.
go to
Go to
bed.
sleep. Yeah, it's
That's
late.
That's so sad. It's only 9:30.
We have
Go
work
read.
tomorrow and we're old. All right.
Go be emotionally destroyed by the Hunger Games once again.
I already read it. I'm fine.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Good night.